try to figure it out because if I would've known that you wouldn't be here anymore, I would've made the moments last a little longer. Cause now I'm alone, and you're just a memory in my mind. Continue to spray the mist for a car. I knew another you were like me. You're falling down and gotten up, falling down and gotten up again. But isn't it amazing to know that He's never left us? He has never left us. Hey. Once I was lost and bound in sin. There was no hope. I had no reason to live. I didn't know His heart. Ay, ay, ay. But there was a whisper in His voice. Ay. And He said, "Child, I have never left you. I see your tears. I hear your okay, my phone ain't holding on properly. Okay. Good morning, good morning. Good morning. He never leave you nor forsake you. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I never leave you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. For as the body without sin, without spirit is dead, so faith without works is also dead. Is your body without spirit? Is your body without spirit? And I say that because I have seen so much people and their spirit is all dried up inside of them. The spirit is all, and they just sit there like they never get saved, like they never accepted the Lord. They just sit there. But James 2:26 says, for as the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without works is dead also. And you know why people's spirit dry up inside of them? Talk about, criticize, put down one another. Anytime you see people in church, you can tell the people who are criticizing. You can tell the people them who are talking about.
You can tell the people. Don't let that happen to you. Don't let your spirit wax cold inside of you, because it's like you have never accepted the Lord. And that's why you see people do so much things, because what? They'll sit there and watch what the other do and talk about and criticize instead of helping, instead of lend a helping hand. Oh, didn't you see? Oh, didn't you hear? Oh, hey. And all they do is criticize. And then they go to church and they wax cold. They wax cold. You see them sit down even in prayer meetings. You see them sit down, can't even open their mouth. But all they're doing is watching what the other one doing to criticize. And that's why we have so much problem in the churches. That's why we have so much people leaving the churches and going instead of not going back, because of what the people are doing, watching, criticizing. And then the spirit wax cold inside of them, and they can't even worship God. And they can't worship God. They can't. If Jesus Christ is inside of you, He sends you His Spirit. How then you're going to sit there and tell me that the Spirit walks cold inside of you? Because of what? You have no faith that God can do the things that He said He will. And because our spirit walks cold inside of us, we just do anything. We come to church and we just take it as a ritual. Oh yeah, we have to go to church tomorrow morning. And we just come to church because it's something for us to do. But we don't really come to church. We come to church to watch what the other is doing, so we can talk. And some people are not at church, and as soon as they get out of church, the first thing they get on the phone and they start calling to tell what happened, to tell what went on, to tell what goes on. But if you want the Lord to bless you, don't let these things be found in you. The criticizing, the put down, the talk about. Don't let people stop coming to church because of you. Don't let people don't want to come to church because of you. Because God give you that spirit inside of you. Don't let nobody let it wax cold. Don't let nobody take it out of you. God give you a spirit. If people saying what you don't want to hear, move on. But God give you a spirit inside of you. Don't let anybody let it wax cold. Anybody coming up with news and telling you all these things, tell them you have something to do. Tell them you have something to do. Tell them I was cooking something on the stove. Tell them somebody calling you. You have to go. Because those people let your spirit wax cold. And you will be as cold as they are. Watch when they come in the church. No amen. No hallelujah. You have to get fire and light fire under them. You have to light fire under them. No matter how somebody preach, because they're not listening. They're listening to what you say. To go and criticize. Unless you are the friend that put up there. And if you are the friends, you can't do any wrong. But I know that my Redeemer liveth. I know who God is. And nobody, ever since I get baptized and get saved and washed in the blood of Jesus Christ, over 30 years, I'm still the same way. I still have my fire. I still have my fire because I don't let those things be found in me. You're not going to let my spirit wax cold. You're gonna let me be walking up and down and asking for people to do this and do that. Oh, how sweet to trust in Jesus. You alone can praise God. You sing and shout, you come in like you have 50 million people in there, in your house. It's you alone. You preach a sermon. You preach. You teach. And you carry on as you alone. You preach the best sermon by yourself. You preach the best sermon. You preach the best sermon by yourself. You preach the best sermon in the bathroom. You preach the best sermon in your yard. You preach the best sermon while cleaning your floor. There's a little bit of pastor in every one of us. There's a little bit of pastor in every one of us. Because a lot of time you can't tell the people and people don't want to hear you. But when you are in your house and you start preaching and you start carry on, you start teaching at the same time, Satan got to flee from you. Satan got to flee from you. Satan have to flee from you. He can't come close to you. Keep on preaching. Keep on teaching. Keep on singing. Some of these songs don't sound as good as yours when you're in your house singing and praying and carrying on. Jesus knows all about you. He knows all about you. All you do, keep singing. You ward off Satan. You ward off the devil. You ward off the people who are talking about you. You ward off the people who are criticizing you. Because you love Jesus. Jesus, how I love you. How I prove you all and all. There's nobody like him. Keep on preaching. Keep on praying. Keep on seeking. One day it will pay off. Why did he say that? Is he going out? Oh. Put a tracker on his phone. They going out day or night? Is he going out in the day or in the night time? You know, the devil is so strong. Hmm. There's always a devil out there seeking who they can devour. Is he going out day or night time? When is he going out? There's always somebody. And if they start having too much company, I don't like when, because but you have to make your life interesting. Just like the spirit walks cold in you, marriage do walks cold. And you have to do a lot of things to pick it up. Men are different from women. As long as a woman has a life at home, a good husband or a husband, they are happy. Man, on the other hand, is not happy. Man don't feel happy like a woman feel happy. For a man, he wants to see when he come home in the evening, you're all dressed up. I have a friend, and she's not even married. And that woman dressed for her boyfriend. They live together. And she dressed up all the time. She got real thin hair. And you wouldn't believe it. Oh, she'd fix up herself. Men want to see you looking good. I'm not saying you're not. But those are the things you got to spruce up your marriage. You got to go out sometime for dinner or get a babysitter. You got to go out sometime, just you and him, walk in, even walk on the beach, go to a shopping center, walk, leave the children, get a babysitter. Or if you have a bigger one that can look at the little ones. And you got to go out. You have to have a night out. Go for a night evening dinner. Dress up yourself and let him see that you're looking good. So he don't look. He don't have any time to look because he see what he has is more beautiful than what he's looking at. So you gotta do this thing. Don't when he come home and see you into a house dress and you fix up yourself. Fix up whether you don't have to put on wig or anything. Comb up your hair, let your hair look good. Put on some makeup. Put on a nice clothes. When he come, he see you looking good if he works. But let him see you. If in the morning and he's home and you home, let him see you wake up and dress. Dress like a chicken foot. Let him see you wake up and put your clothes on. You see. Let him see you get up and you put on your chest back. Let him see you looking good. Because if you just take a man for granted, because man is always thinking, because man is visual. Man love visual things. Your shape, how you look. Oh, you know what I mean? Man move after visual things. Whatever the eye see. Woman, feelings. Woman gotta feel. Oh, feel it. Oh, you can. That's what the Bible said. The woman who have a husband have to tend to their husband, and he love when people don't have husband because you got not because you're seeking God. You can still seek God and seek your husband. Don't slacken off when it comes to your husband. Sing and pray. God understand. He's still listening. He understand you have a husband, and that's why your husband wife can't even fast unless they ask their husband. Tell their husband that they're going into fast and how many days he can do without her. Don't just get up and say, I'm going on 7-day fast. No, you send your husband out the street. Ask the husband how many days he can go without you being in a fast. If he said 3, that's what you do. If he said 4, that's what you do. If you get up and say, I'm going to fast for 21 days, you got 21 days out of the street because he's gone. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. You always have to seek the advice of your husband when you're married. Or living together for that matter. How people do it these days. You got to find out how many days he can do without you. Get up, please. Take the tie head down. Put the head down. Seek the Lord anytime he's not home. You pray. Or you can pray in the morning. And when he's gone, you pray or whatever. But keep praying. But give him a lot of attention. Men love attention. And the first thing he's going to say to his friend, oh, my wife keep going and keep all the God. She don't have any time for me. I heard it all the time. I could not tell you don't seek the Lord, but make sure your husband are happy. Because if your husband is not happy, he's gone. If your husband is not happy, my darling, he is gone. He's going to look happiness next anywhere else. He's going to go out and find happiness. And you always have somebody out there ready to accept them. So I don't give my husband any chance to. When he was alive? No. I let it run over. You don't have any time to go seek anybody else. Don't hold back love making from your husband. And don't say, yes, I'm praying. And yes, no. Always be there for your husband. Always make your husband happy. Make your husband happy. It doesn't say happy wife, happy life. A lot of husbands don't say anything, but they're thinking inside of them. And they go out there, and there is somebody out there with a Coca-Cola bottle shape. Somebody out there with a Coca-Cola bottle shape. And they're ready to replace you. They're ready to replace you. It's only that when the husband gets them, they always war because they are not the woman for him. He get rid of his real woman that God gives him and take up somebody else that God don't give him because of the urge. But always living to please your husband. Always doing things to please your husband. I was reading it the other day. Always living, doing things to please. And I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, but that's how you have a good life. If you want to have a good life with a husband aim to please the wife aim to please the husband. You're coming home from work, Husband want flowers too. I bring this for you. I bring this for you, honey. Just to show you how much I love you. Bring him flowers. Stop and bring him some little thing that you know he likes. Keep the relationship warm, hot, because you will lose him. Don't take a man for granted, because man is always thinking. Man is all just like a woman is thinking. A man is always thinking. They need to be loved, they need to be cherished, they need to be told so. Honey, I love you. Honey, have I told you lately, like the song, have I told you lately that I love you? Honey, have I told you lately that I love you? You are just a good father. Honey, you are such a good husband. You're always there for me. Honey, you tell him. Don't take him for granted. Because when we take man for granted, we lose them. Because they are always somebody. Always what I think Sam Cooke. Sam Cooke sing a song and said, kick him out in the street something. If you think nobody wants him, kick him out in the street. And before you count 1, 2, 3, somebody gone with him. Before you, I know my message gone somewhere, but nevertheless. Before you count 1, 2, 3, somebody gone with him. Somebody are watching you. Somebody are watching your life. And because they are watching your life, they will do anything to take your wife or take your husband. They are watching you. They don't want you to be happy. And because they don't want you to be happy, they do anything to take your man. So when you have a man, love him. Love upon him, as kind to my granddaughter. Love upon me, grandma. Love upon me. Love upon him. Make yourself looking pretty. You get up and you're cleaning. Get up and dress up yourself and stay home. If you're home. You're going to work. Look like $1 million. Dress up. Don't just go slippers. Stop this, dress. And take him and say, honey, let's go for a walk. Honey, let's go for a drive. Let's go to the mall. You know what I mean? Let's go somewhere. Let's go and have lunch. Don't give all the attention to the children. Remember, the children grow up, and the children leave home. And when you give all the attention to the children, and when they get 18 and gone, you're alone when the husband is gone. What did it say? The old woman must teach the young woman how to love their husband. The old woman must teach the young ones how to love their husband. Let me put it in. King James Version, the old woman likewise, that they be in behavior as becoming holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things, that they may teach the young woman to be sober, to love their husband, to love their children. That's what they do. And that is in Titus. to be discreet, chaste keeper at home, good obedient to their own husband. That the word of God be not blasphemed. You have to do these things. You have to love.
I was down to talk to
Love
my
your
doctor
husband.
about this. Are you down? You may pay as little as $10 per prescription.
Yeah, because they are somebody's out there looking. What is a woman to love their husband and their children, to be self-controlled, pure, working at home, kind, submissive to their own husband, that the word of God may not be reviled. And he also talk about the old man should teach the young guys. But as for you, teach that accords with the sound doctrine. Older men are to be sober-minded, dignify, self-control, sound in faith, in love, and in steadfastness. Older women likewise are to be revealed. Well, we just read that. So we have the older man and the older woman supposed to and we got to teach. Because although we think that we know it all, you don't know anything. You don't know how to take care of children, or somebody older than you got to teach you. You don't know how to cook, somebody older than you got to teach you. Somebody got to teach you to do anything. Somebody older than you got to teach you. And so that's what we do in life. And now because we have a lot of younger people not being taught, they can't do a lot of things. Because a lot of time you hear people, oh, I can't cook. And I'm going, you can't cook? How you can't cook? But if you've never been taught how to cook, how can you cook? You know, they don't know. And these days of the age of cell phone, they don't stay with the parents long enough. And some parents are up and down, they're not teaching. They're not teaching how to cook. They're not teaching you how to take care of a house. You walk in some people's house and it looks so unkept, disheveled. They're not taught how. They don't know how to clean a bathroom. They don't know how to take care of the kitchen. They have dishes pile up and pile up and pile up. When you can use one glass for the day. Instead of use 50 glass for the day, you use one glass. You rinse it out and use it again. You can use paper plate. Throw it in the garbage. So you don't have all these dishes in the sink piling up. And then you don't wash it. We got to teach the younger children, our younger people. For me, they are children. We got to teach the younger people. And the older man got to teach the young man how to take care of the wife, how to behave. Running up and down and going woman to woman to woman is not making you learn anything. How to behave, how to discreet. Because you lose your husband and you can lose your wife too. You have a good husband, cherish him, love him. Don't take him for granted. And he should not take you for granted. I love my wife. just like how you a wife love the husband. I don't understand. He's not living home. He doesn't work. Oh no. Well, ask him what's going on. Ask him what's going on. Have a conversation. Tell him you don't understand what's going on. Tell him you don't understand what's going on. That's not good. That is not good at all. Unless he's working. That is not good, honey. Well, keep praying. Keep praying. Let him hear you praying and calling his name. Let him let you hear you praying and telling God that he's going out and you don't know where he's going and it's coming in late. Let him hear you praying. Let him hear you praying. But you know, other people who are listening, send me the request. Send me the request. Let's talk for a minute. I have to go to church. Hello.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. So what's going on?
He is barely home. He is barely home. He does not communicate. He has no patience at all with the children. He doesn't really seem to care if I go on leave.
Really?
Yeah.
From when that started?
About 3 weeks. About 3 weeks now. I really don't know. I really was thinking, I was thinking to leave and go to an apartment and maybe he would realize what it is he's doing, but I don't know if that's the best decision.
I don't think so.
I keep getting like messages about preservation and about, keeping, like I need to God needs to preserve me and whatever, because the relationship becoming toxic based on the lies and the secrets and all of that. And if I ask him about it, he will get aggressive you know, and he's not straightforward at all. And well, yesterday we went out after not going out for a long while, and he was like, "You didn't enjoy yourself?" And I was like, "Yes, I did." And he said, "Next time we will go with me and my room." So I find it was random, so I asked him, who suggested that we go same one. He just decided that we need to go out more. So I said, okay, but we don't, when he is home, we don't have any conversations. Nothing.
Well, maybe because you just keep going, Bible, 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 and I'm not saying that in a bad way, but you can't just give all your time to the Bible. You can't just say, I'm fasting, I'm praying, I'm praying, I'm praying. Give him attention.
It's like asking me, he don't understand. He don't understand the changes. He's saying, well, he always tired. Whole day I'm praying and I'm fasting if I'm mad. He say, I always want to fast, I always praying. Yeah, it's only mad people let's do that. I was like, no, I was like, I really love God and I really would like, and I was not seeing what he was trying to tell me, but now I'm seeing it, and then he would be like if I say, well, I'm going to fast, I'm going to fast with somebody, and now you're telling me that I'm supposed to ask him, and I was not doing that. I was just going into my fast and telling my husband I'm fasting.
You have to ask.
Yeah.
And especially, younger man can't have woman go on 21 days, the 7 days out. Husband.
Yeah. No, he is hardly ever home, and his eyes are wandering. I've caught him many times with wandering eyes, and I asked him if it is he's cheating, if he have someone else, and he would get aggressive. And even come to tell, because based on what I was experiencing, I said, God revealed to me that you cheated, and he was like, God can never tell you that about me, and he left in a hurry.
I just think I don't feel him cheating really. I think that he's with friends because with friends you don't know what can happen after that. But because you are doing that all the time, there is no place for him. And because he feel that that's what you are doing, he just get out of there. He goes somewhere else and talk with his friends. It don't necessarily mean that he's cheating, but leaving early. I don't know if he's, if he got a job or something, because I don't see how early can you leave to go to somebody's house. You know what I mean? But I can see him come home late because they talk late or they go out or whatever. But you gotta slow it down. You gotta slow it down, because a lot of men who are not Christian can't understand oh God, oh God, oh God, all the time in their face. There is a time and a place when you're married, that you have to be, oh God, oh God, oh God. They want time for themselves. Sit down and play games, sit down and play card, sit down and do wifely things, sit down and have fun. You still serve God. In your heart, you're still serving God and you're still doing, but you still have to make the husband happy. Sit down with the children and everybody play card and have fun. Don't, I'm fasting and I'm fasting. No. You will drive them away.
And then I end up losing myself in marriage. So I was really trying to get some confirmation, like if I should go or what I should do.
You don't do anything. Sit there and pray and love your husband. You don't have to pray out openly. You can pray secretly and God still reward you openly. You don't have to hear you carry on and walk in the Bible under your arm. You pray secretly to the Lord. You know, you call upon the Lord and you still call upon the Lord. He don't know that you're called because he's not hearing, but you're calling in your heart. You're calling secretly.
But how? This is so hard because how long are we able to do this? But how long are we able to do? Like, it's very tough.
Best of all, you have complete control over these features right from your smartphone or computer.
You think it's tough because I'm making it tough?
I didn't hear what you're saying.
I said it's tough. Do you think it is tough because I am making it tough?
What is tough?
Not able to be free.
What do you mean free?
Like when I serve and when I pray and when I worship and I feel free.
No cables or batteries required. You're all set.
When it is me around, I feel like, you know, I feel like I have to like kind of quench my spirit in a way.
Well, yes and no. And serving God with an husband is different from serving God single. Because you have to do the things of your husband.
Yeah.
Serving God being when you're married, you have to do everything for your husband. So you can't make it tough. You have to make yourself and say, you understand. You know, you're still doing the things. You're not quenching the spirit in a sense, but you're doing it because you want your husband to be happy. If you sit there day and night and going, God, 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 fasting, you lose your husband. You lose your husband. God understand.
Well, I don't know. I think he's probably gone because he doesn't care if I go or if I stay.
What do you mean go or stay? What do you mean go?
If I say I go in, he'll be like, okay, whatever.
Going where? Leaving the marriage?
Yeah. Like if I say I'm going to take some time, he'll be like, okay, peace.
So where are you going to go with the children?
I was going to get an apartment.
That's nonsense. That's nonsense. You can't take the children out of their habitat. You can't take children out of what they used to. They're gonna be heartbroken. Although you and the husband having difficulties, the children need to be comforted. The children need to be happy. They're happy in their home. The children don't business with what you and your husband have. And a matter of fact, you're not supposed to let them know that you're having an issue.
No, they don't.
Right. They're not supposed to. You talk about things in your home. Don't ask where you're coming from. And before the children, don't let them see all that. And don't worry about it. Now is a time for you to pray because he is not home. Now you use up all the time and you exercise that. No, you pray at the top of your lungs. He's not home. Because the prayer is what is going to bring him home.
I was praying earlier and I was saying I pray too. I was saying I pray because he couldn't get no jobs and all kind of thing. And I started to say this prayer. about taking back his favor from the hands of a strange woman. And God answered the prayer. So if it was not true, then God will not have answered that prayer. Because I started to pray against a strange woman, separating him from the strange woman.
Well, you can't say that if you don't know for sure. You haven't seen him. The intuition is not knowing that he's doing it. So don't speak things into existence that you don't know that it's there. Don't say he have a woman, and you know what I mean. Just say he's leaving, he's going out, and don't bring a woman in the picture because maybe he don't. So now is the time for you to pray and tell the Lord you don't know what's going on in your marriage, but you want the Lord to fix it. You don't know what's happening with your husband. Your husband is not talking. But God, now is the time I want you to fix it. I'm living for you. And I know you will take care of it. If it's something he's doing, it will turn sour in his face. And it will bring him home. But don't read something into something that may not be there. Don't call it into existence. Although it may be there, but still don't call it into existence. And now is the time for you to treat him like a king. Cook his dinner. Have it ready when he come home. When he come home, make it nice and warm. Put it on the table. Sit there with him. Have a cup of tea and talk to him. Now you're going to treat him like a king. Now he's going to see what he's missing at home.
Okay.
Don't just say, oh, where you coming from? Leave him alone. Oh, honey, oh, welcome home. I love the African people. They're always telling welcome home. Honey, oh, I missed you for a while. Oh, you know what I mean? Just talk to him.
Yeah.
I know you're young and I know, you know what I mean? We do things differently when we're older, but you want to save your marriage if you love your husband. And you do love your husband, you have a lot of kids there. You don't want him to go. You don't want him to go. And God will not let him go away and get a woman who don't have any children for him. But you take care of him. Let him see that you do things differently. You don't even have to argue. Don't say anything. The minute he come home, you treat him very nicely. Pretend like he's not doing it, because a lot of time people do these things to see if you care. Women do it to see if you care. They do it to see if the husband care. If they go out and come in later, the husband gonna say anything. Husband do it same way to see if the woman is gonna say anything or they don't care. He could be doing something like that to see if you care.
I told him that I asked him why he always going every night. Is it because he feels to go?
Because it's what?
Because he feels to go.
Okay. He can go. He's a man. He can really go. He have to socialize. He have to have friends. Maybe go out and hang out with his friend, which he never used to do before. And that's why it become a problem now. But he can go. He don't have to hang around you all the time. He's a man. Men do those things. And not because he gone thinking that he's doing something unscoopable. It don't have to be. You be there and wait for him. When he come home, treat him nice. Let him know that you care. By you treating him differently, nicely, he'll know that you care. Don't argue and say, oh, you're gone all the time. I know it's hard because you have the children and he used to be there to help with the children. He will come around and he will come right back where he was before. Because I know that God is my Redeemer. I know that God will not forsake you. He'll never let him leave you with the children. And don't keep threatening that you're going to leave and you're going to leave. You ain't going anywhere. You're a mother with children.
I just think, okay, bring him up. I just think that we don't even have community. So based on that fact, I was thinking I don't want to be here and lose myself,
Yeah.
Maybe I need to do it too.
You're not losing yourself. Is that, men go through phases just like women. Men go through phases. And they do. Sometimes they don't want to talk. Sometimes they have things on their mind. They're not making enough money. They're not working. They can't do the things for their wife like they used to. They get short with the children. It doesn't mean that. They're thinking. And sometimes when they go with a friend and you hear what they're thinking. If he don't have any money, where's he going to go with woman? Women want money. Women want money.
In we country, it have freebies, freebie women.
I don't know how long it gotta be freebie. Because everywhere you go, women love money. Women love money. Everywhere you go, women love money. They want money.
He said, we good and go. Everybody want money. That's what he said.
Huh?
That's what he told me. He said everybody want money.
Of course. Which woman you gonna go? All right, you come today, you come tomorrow, you come the next day, and you can't even buy me a soda? Come on. Not me. They're gonna want something.
From being home to not being home at all is a very drastic change. It wasn't like, okay, you going and you're coming back, and it's just you start going, and then you increase your going time, and then I realized, hey, I'm feeling like a single mother.
But what if he was working and gone every day?
Yeah, some days you will have jobs. Off and on, you'll have jobs.
There you go. I used to love when my husband go because he's not there to bother me. I love when they go because I get to do something. Because when they're there, you have to pay them so much attention. Oh, can you get me something to drink? Oh, can you make me a sandwich? Can you? Excuse me. I don't think you should think of it that way, and don't put too much emphasis on it. I wouldn't put too much emphasis on it. I would go on like he's not doing anything. I won't argue with him. I won't talk about it. I would go on like he's not doing anything.
He don't speak to me at all. And I asked him about that. I said, why is it you don't have a conversation with them? Everything has been totally turned around. And then we had a random talk, like when you do with a new person, you just end up getting attached to them.
Yeah.
I don't know how we end up talking about that. Something came up and say when you get attached to them, then you just start to trust them. So I don't know. Maybe that was a kind of way of telling me, hey, you ask somebody else, we get attached.
Well, a lot of time when they have somebody, the love is hot, and then it grows cold because they start thinking, and whenever time they don't have money to give, then they start thinking because that woman is going to start slighting them, and that woman is going to look for somebody else because they're always on the search. They're always searching. That woman is always searching. They know who they have at home. They don't know who they're getting out there. But if it's going on, long, have a conversation. Have a conversation. Go out and have a conversation out.
Yeah, I tried having a conversation many times with her. I really don't know. He's been really closed up. I don't know what's going on.
Because you know something, honey? People don't like to see a good relationship, you know. The devil don't like to see. They always come in the midst.
Yeah.
The devil don't like to see. And that's the reason why you can't take people for granted. You can't take a wife or a husband for granted because the devil is out there lurking. Just use your olive oil. Use your olive oil. Pray. Knight the door handles when you touch it. Knight the door handles with the olive oil.
Stop praying with me every time. You
Huh?
don't pray with me anymore. You don't pray with me anymore.
That's okay.
Yeah.
You pray. That's okay. That is okay. You pray. Because the devil is always lurking. The devil is always watching.
Yeah.
And there's always somebody out there. As the man says, if you think nobody wants him, kick him out in the street. And before you count 1, 2, 3. And people are whispering in his ears and telling him things. And sometimes you don't know what to believe, especially if they don't have the Spirit of God in them. Because people are always. But keep praying. Now that he's gone a lot of time, that's when you pray. You pray hard. Fill the house with prayer.
Yeah.
Fill the house with prayer. When you come back, you're going like you don't pray.
But I don't know. I was saying this prayer is no evil is welcome in this home. And no evil is welcome to stay in this home. So I don't know if he under some kind of oppression. And he running. He can't stay in the house hot. I don't know, because that's the prayers I was saying.
Well, you can't say that around your husband because he's going to feel like you're calling it evil. That's not something for you to say. If you're saying it, you've got to say when he's not there. You know?
Yeah. No, I was saying that's the prayers I was saying in the home. That no evil is welcome in this house. No evil is welcome to stay in this house. I would be saying those kind of prayers.
Yeah, but don't let him hear you saying that. You think that you're calling him evil.
Oh, no. I didn't really mean him, I meant.
I know, but he's a man. He's going to put things into... You're going to think differently.
Yeah.
Because if I hear you saying, I went out and I come back in, you're going to say no evil. I'm going to feel like you're calling me evil.
Yeah.
And then he don't want to stay because you're saying evil. You know what I mean? He's gonna think that you're calling him evil, and he's gonna go. And when you say he's not welcome in this house, he's gonna feel like you don't want him in the house.
Yeah.
We gotta pray. We gotta be careful of the words that we speak, because
Yeah.
people look into the words, and we may be speaking it on a different term, but people put it into different perspective. You got to be careful. Now you got to use honey in order to draw him back home. But the first thing, you don't know if he's working and he's gone. But have you seen him with any different money? Have you seen him with money?
No, he just bring his money home.
Huh?
He just bring his money home.
There you go. So if you make money, bring it home.
Yeah. I never had a problem with money. That's why I told you in this country they have freebies.
There is no freebies. There is no freebies. Freebie one time, freebie one time, maybe not even two times. Because if you have somebody and is not helping you, all the young girls see it, you know. And if you're giving up something and you're not getting anything, who's gonna do that? Nobody wants to do that. You're giving up something and you're not getting anything in return. Who would want to do that? Nobody. I can see a one time or two time freebie, but freebie all the time, you got to take a walk. Unless they just want to mash up your life.
The defocus glasses are made of high quality materials that are very durable. They can be used in everyday activities while experiencing a perfect 20/20 vision.
It's supposed to be there, Timothy said. Therefore, an overseer must be above reproach, the husband of one wife, sober-minded, self-controlled. You pray, respectable, hospitable, able to teach. You pray and you leave it there. And the devil, and because the devil see that you are praying, the devil see that there is something that God has for your husband. The devil is coming on you. The devil is coming. So now is not the time to slack. Now is the time to pray. Now is the time to seek God. While he's gone, now is the time to do all these things. Act like a mad woman for God. Huh?
I see my daughters that I had before marrying tell me to leave them. My friends tell me to leave them. Everybody who I talk to tell me to leave him. He don't know what he wants. Everybody tell me that. He don't know what he wants, and I always try to bail him out, and he's taking me for granted.
This is the reason why I've canceled my doorbell.
I can't tell you that because God love marriage is honorable, and I could never tell you that. I could never tell you that. That's up to you. If you feel like that's something you want to do, then you know. Huh?
My husband doing anything that like having another woman or anything.
The home security industry already providing huge savings to delighted homeowners, totaling